Thank you so much for watching these videos. My name is Simon Peter. Welcome to part 2 of our Android Studio with the Momo API test. Alright, so we're testing from the sandbox. Do not forget that. Do not forget to subscribe and support our channel. Everything is in the description there and the links that are being used. And do not forget that we are using HTTP. Now, if you haven't watched my videos for Postman and the test in the sandbox, please go ahead. They're the first videos in this link. And thank you so much. Let's continue now. We recently created an access token, and as you can see, it is here, okay? And then we can get also the status. Now, we're going to create another class. Remember, he said we shall create in 3 videos where we shall have inheritance. So we're going to create another class where we make a request to pay. So I'll just go to Java, okay, under my application, Java, and then this folder, com.hypermomo Android, and then right click and I choose to create a new class. So I'm just going to call this class request to pay. Okay, request to pay. So I create a Java class called request to pay. I'll press enter. And then in this Java class of request to pay, I'm going to create a method and I'm going to call it public. Okay, public static. The method will be static and it will return a string later on, but RTP, request to pay, just like that. Okay. First of all, this class will be extending. I'm using inheritance. It will be extending the other first class, which is get token. So if that is done, we can now go to our Postman. So if that is done, we can now go to our Postman and we try and see the request to pay. Okay, so this is the request to pay. I'll just go to code here. Now, I don't want to go into these things of getting the token and whatsoever, so I'll just go to the code here. And then I copy this. All right, so after copying this, so I'm doing this with something in mind that you already went through the sandbox. So I won't hustle into repeating some of these things. All right, so I'll just paste here. So you know what we must import. First of all, we must import the HTTP handlers, the media type. I'll press Alt Enter, so import class. Request body, Alt Enter to import class. Requests, okay, and then the response. And then we need to add an exception for the execution here. So Alt Enter, and then okay, so the exception is added there. We shall also see the exception for JSON. All right, so I'll go ahead and copy the same things that I had the other side. By this time around, there are certain things I need to add. For example, I need to import a UUID. Now, if I go over the internet and look for the Android UUID generator, Android UUID generator, okay, first of all, if you go to GitHub, and you can find a UUID generator for Android in just one line of code. So it's just one line of code. Let me see how it loads. All right, so this is from the Android developer itself. Okay, but I'm going to use a UUID generator. I think I got it from the Android developer. So you read through from here. Okay, there's one line of code you can use. Okay, let me see this. Okay, I won't go through this so much. but I know there's one line of code that you can get, and let me go straight to that line of code. All right, so look for token request, and this is a line of code here: public static string unique ID, and then you random UUID, and then you get that, and you convert it to string. All right, so I'll go ahead to our project, and then I import that. Right, so I've created this UUID, unique UUID, and then I can restructure that UUID here. So instead of the X reference ID, I'm going to replace it with a unique UUID. So xref ID here. So remember, if you didn't watch the first videos, you must generate an xref ID for every transaction that you make. So I'll even return it. And then the token, so we remember we generated the token from the get token, so I'm just going to import that class, and the class will be get token get. I'll just call this get. Oh, sorry, get. I'm calling get is equal to new get token terminate. All right, so I'll just come here and I add a plus. First of all, there must be a space between Bayara, so I'll put a quote, and then I add a plus, and then I delete the whole token the other side. To this side. All right, so I've deleted that, and all I have to do is add get dot, remember our class is the token. Okay, so I have a red here. I'll come back and correct the red. I'll show you what's going on. So I'll copy the rest the other side. Remember, I'll come to get token here, and then I copy the whole of this line, the whole of these lines before I return anything, and then come to request to pay just beneath this, and then I paste. All right, so instead of resp, I'm just going to call it resp2 to make response 2, and then the JSON response 2, and then this time around I'm not getting the access token because I'm doing a post. Okay, so I need to post, and then I get the response later. So I'll just comment this, but I think I'll remain with the response code. So I'll get this, which is the status. So this should be status 2, and then the response code here can be status 2. All right, so we can return. In this, I think I'm going to return I'm going to be returning the response, which is status 2. Right, so okay, I need to make sure that it returns a string up here, but it can return void. Where is the class? Okay, and then I want to work on get. So get can be a private static of an imported class, and then I've already done that. I think since now it is inherited from the other side, I can even eliminate that because it is extending this other class, so I don't need to create a new object. All right, so what I need to do, I need to go to my main activity because I need to get this status here, and then it is easy. This time around I'm getting request to pay, so I'll just comment this, but the class will be final, and then instead of get token we have request to pay, which is equal to RP, so which is equal to new request to pay, and then you terminate. So this will be RP dot what? RP under request to pay, the method is called RTP. The method will be RTP. Okay, now there is something I want to show you, but let me first run this and we see. So I'll clear this. So I'll clear that. So the application must be running. Okay, it has run successfully. I need to see some certain things that are being displayed. All right, so we have a code red, and we must be having something running in the code red. Let me see what I need to change. Request to pay RT. Oh, okay. So we do not have our async task. So I'm just going to add the async task. Okay, which is going to have a do in the background. New async task. Okay, there we go. Implement methods. Yes, do in the background. Okay, return now. So I'm supposed to get all this from the try. I'm supposed to get all this of the try and catch. Try, catch. All this, and then paste it up here. And then this with that, and then I must do an execute, and then terminate. All right, we're good to go. So I don't expect the reds anymore. I'll clear that and then run again. All right, so you can see, since we are doing an extension, the other side, it first run this first thing where we have a token, because it is doing an extension of the request to pay. Here is extending the get token. So it first got the token from here, and then later on it went on to execute the rest of the task. Okay, so I need to come to the request to pay here. I haven't seen the second status 2. So the reason I've not seen the second status, I'm going to come here where you see the A, and then I do apply changes and restart this activity. So this second class. Okay. So you can see that I'm seeing the first status 1, and then the second status 2. Now, I need to have some of these being seen here. Okay, now 409, I don't know if that's the status I'm supposed to receive. Or maybe since I've just restarted this activity, it is sending the same token, so it is warning me about these tokens. But you can see that I've been able to implement whatsoever has been sent. So one of the other things I want to show you that we're getting a unique UUID for every transaction. So this will be UUID. I'm going to print out the UUID. So unique ID. All right, so I'm going to save the changes and restart this activity. So I expect to see the status 2 and then the unique ID printed here. Okay, so down here, okay, so you can see we have a unique ID of here. So thank you for watching this video. Please do not forget to subscribe and support this channel in any way you can. And then consultation is free. You can consult from us very free. But then don't hesitate if you feel we can share a cup of coffee. The links are there in the description.